Max, first of all, welcome to the mental breakdown.
Oh, hi.
We're gonna put you through Chinese water torture. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
It's been a fun time.
So we were just saying that you just got booked for January. What is that January date so the people know about it?
Yes, I'm producing a show called Mid-Card Comedy.
Mid-Card.
It's
a fun show.
1 hour comedy variety show. There's always going to be stand-up. There's always going to be a little bit of sketch, little improv. We've shown a short film before, live interactive stuff, just all over the place. We've had musical comedians over. We have it all. We're trying to do everything.
Yeah, aren't you glad you got Carolyn Glaude on your last one?
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Yeah, she's a riot, right?
Also, I heard her say her name, and I hope she listens to this. I think it's Carolyn Glody.
Glody? Why did
I thought it was the same
Forgive me
thing.
if I fuck it up.
No, I think it's fair. I think it's fair. When you look at how it's spelled, Glaude for those people all.
Yeah.
I would assume Glaude.
Yeah, her song on mental health, and she's about to go into chord progression, and she goes, "I don't," and I'm floored. It gets me every time. Musical comedy is my weakness,
it's
my
nice
fucking weakness, dude. Yeah, it's my shit. Mid-card comedy, January what?
January 17th. Now at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
We're getting 8 p.m.
You're getting 8 p.m.
It was a 10 p.m. show for 4 months, and now we're going to be at 8 p.m. So if you have to wake up early, guess what? Not an excuse anymore.
That's still on a Friday night, right?
It's the third Friday of the month. January 17th is what's coming up at the Hit, a.k.a. at the Broadwater on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's hosted by Maxwell Baum Schlitz.
This guy.
The best wrestler you've never heard of. He's a mostly American. He's Schlitz Magic. He's president of the football team, and he's captain of the fraternity. He's the filet mignon.
He's the filet mignon?
He's top cut, baby.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I
prime
support
beef.
that. I support that 100%.
And he puts on a great show, I think. You've been on the show before,
I've been on the show. It's a great show. I've been on as a gag and as a comic. I still have the Buster Keaton hat. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
He was my, we invoked the ghosts for the Halloween show.
Yeah,
how can you not?
And I hadn't done improv in quite a while. So my muscles on that were rusty as fuck. Hey. But I'm glad we got through a couple of minutes of your hairpiece almost falling off.
Yeah, we filled the time. And it's okay.
We made it work.
Wearing a wig for that is it's a lot of fun because I do feel like another person. I'm like, okay, I would never wear a toupee, but I get it.
Yeah.
I think I get it. Sure.
Yeah, I get it. No, because Ryan, you've seen me bald before.
Yeah.
And the hair's here, and I'm glad it's here, but you can see, it's not.
No,
it's going.
It's on a farewell tour.
Yeah, it's going.
But it's thicker on top than where I was at, where my hair was lighter than that, but also blonde on top, and then still red around.
Right around, yeah. This is dirty blonde. But I'm still, I could see the back of my head, and I could see, I could feel how thin it is. I'm like, oh, dude, it's happening to me, man. So I might as well just lean into it, but it's like a ritual. I have to do it, how often do you shave? Every couple of days or so?
I should be doing that. I do it once a week.
Once a week?
Should be
that's something I gotta adopt, because it's still here, but it's a constant, am I gonna be the hat guy?
The thing is, dude, I did this, and then now I don't like wearing hats anymore.
You don't even like wearing hats anymore?
It's now that there's no layer of hair, my head gets hotter so much faster.
Oh, shit.
When I'm wearing a hat. So it's I have all these hats. I love these hats. But
You're living the truth, and that's what makes me jealous.
I don't know. I just think I got a well-shaped head.
Yeah. I want to get into the mental breakdown. This is shit that bothers you.
Subject.
Pet peeves, existential crisis.
Oh God! Speaking the spicy language of
these.
my people.
And I want to get into the fucking weird drone stuff over in New Jersey. Your take on that?
Because that's having an effect on my mental health.
It's So
the drones of Jersey that wears on me.
It wears on
me.
So that wasn't picking up when you were there for Thanksgiving. That wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing. I just heard about it at the beginning of this week.
Okay.
So you caught me at a very interesting time because we planned this, and then all of a sudden all this drone nonsense is.
You missed it by a fucking week.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't paying attention, I guess, either. Like I was driving around New Jersey. My parents' car. I was going around places, but yeah, I didn't notice any drones. But yeah, I missed.
But now they're popping off.
Yeah, they're popping off. All these I was telling you before. I saw in the news that like they're commercial sized drones, so it's like not drones that like personal people can truly own. And they're just like floating around places like above people's cars for close distances, around Picatinny Arsenal, which.
The military base, right,
Yes.
right.
This place, it was 20 minutes from where I grew up, and this place is like the Area 51 of the Northeast.
Fuck.
It's like a lot of R&Ds going down, and it's like I never knew about this until like honestly 5 years ago. I spent my whole life like growing up there.
Well, that means they're doing a good job, not letting people know if it's especially if it's a military base,
Yeah, like if you take that exit off the highway by accident, oh yeah, you're gonna be sequestered for a little bit. You're gonna have some questions.
There's spots in between here and Vegas where it's like, hey, you got to drive exactly the speed limit, not a mile over, not a mile under. They will fucking like get you because you're just in
in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, you're in hot territory, which is two ways of saying it. There's somebody, you think, oh, there's a billboard that, like, there's a highway patrol car hiding behind or something. They come in from behind rocks and shit, they really...
I mean, it just feels like constant speed traps, but it's like, come on, dude, it's like, let's just let people drive.
They gotta make a quota, those fuckers. But it's near those sensitive areas, too, which has me thinking, like, what? It's been a couple of days, as of this recording, like, we might have the answers by the time it comes out, but as of now, nobody's fucking saying anything about, did this shit just pause on me? Did I just lose the fucking audio on this shit? Am I a fucking moron? God damn it.
How long are we gonna hang out till you get like an hour worth of stuff to show people? How long does it take to get an hour?
The second we start talking about something that's hot button, like drones hovering over military bases.
Because if you know anyone who's a credible source.
I don't, but the NSA might have joined the chat,
Yeah, if they're here, like, if anyone at the NSA is listening, first of all, thank you so much for
thank you for subscribing to the Mental Breakdown podcast.
Coming here.
I want to see the CEO or whoever leads the NSA.
Yeah.
in my Patreon email, like, has subscribed for $5. I'm like, oh yeah, they're paying attention.
Yeah, that's good. But like at the same time, if you're gonna listen, just know that like, even if what we're talking about is remotely true, no one's gonna believe us.
No one's gonna believe us.
No one's gonna come on, just like let us have our fun.
Yeah.
Like we have nothing.
We have nothing else to live for.
Yeah, and we have no evidence.
We have no evidence either.
Yeah. We could say that, the government's responsible for all the bananas being yellow because they used to be blue back in the 1700s.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Where'd you read that from?
Fucking a guy on Reddit
on Reddit told you?
Yeah.
Whoa, a credible source.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing.
It only costs 20 Doge or whatever.
It only costs 20 Doge to subscribe.
Yeah.
You have to have a recurring Doge. Oh my god. I can't believe that's happening too. Oh god.
Do you have crypto?
No, I put in, this is interesting you bring that up. I put in $50 in Dogecoin in 2021 as a joke.
Okay.
As a joke, I had pandemic money to just burn. I'm like, let's just do, what's this gonna fucking turn into?
And yet, let he who did not spend that $1,200 check on BS cast the first stone. Because of course you spent just $50?
Just 50.
Has it turned into anything?
I cashed out because in 2021, if you remember, there was like a weird spike in like early 2021. I cashed out $400.
Oh.
$400 on Robinhood.
And I'm like,
this is fake money. Like, I could have put, had I not known, I was really tortured with, I don't know if it's a turn of phrase or something, but I felt like absolute human garbage.
Oh.
If I had known that this spike was going to go up, and what if I put in 500?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to be like regretting that.
I would regret that. I mean, like,
dude, that's the problem with investing, because investing is just gambling. It's just gambling.
It's gambling, and I'm scared of it, dude, because I kind of liked it. a little
Sure,
bit,
of
you
course
know?
it did.
I kind of like the rush of it.
That was a high. That was a
Yeah.
high that you know, just normal things can't like fulfill.
It felt low stakes because I had pandemic money. It was like, what's $50? I'm like, let's just throw this at the wall
$50
and see if it
is
sticks.
fine. No one's ever gonna, like if you want to bet money on a game or something, $50.
Yeah,
$50.
but when I was in my early 20s, $50 was a lot of money.
I still think
I was really
$50 is
poor.
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a handful. It's groceries.
If I went to Wendy's or something for lunch, and then all of a sudden I ordered so much that they were like, all right, I'll be $50. I'll be like, what?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just give me the steak then, man. Like,
exactly.
if I'm going to be paying $50, you know, for a succulent Chinese meal or whatever.
This is what you get.
This is what you get. This is democracy manifest. Inflation.
Man just wants to enjoy a succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah, I'm online too much. I'm
Yeah.
online. Well, it's part of the rabbit hole problem is that it's taking up a lot of bandwidth in my space mentally. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just want to take a moment to say, for those who got that reference, I think you're at the right show.
I'm at the right show. We'll clip it. We'll clip it, man.
Good. I'm so glad that's the clip.
Good God. What else did we? What else was on the docket? Like, was it your pet peeves? I believe was another one.
Oh, you want to know my pet peeves?
Yeah. What bothers you? What gives you a mental breakdown? What pisses you off?
I mean, just things that, I don't know, man. Just like people who people who are just generally angry. Like, if your personality is anger, I don't want to, like, be near you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right?
Sure.
Because, like, I just feel like, dude, I've been tense. So, like, I feel like anything can set me off right now. Like, one thing I remember, like, I didn't, like, put, like, my tiger balm on my shoulder. I have it with me, but it's like, I keep forgetting to do it. But it's just like, I'm at a point right now where like everyone's just got me like jolted to like 1,000,000 degrees. I can't stand like any extra, and unfortunately I come from a family where like that's like that kind of energy is encouraged, and so like, I've kind of like been squeezed down and tight. So like I can't deal with too much. Like anyone who's too much, I can't deal with that. That's maybe like the best way to boil that down.
People that are, well, now you got some wheels. Do you feel like, you know, people like, hey, can you give me a ride? Can you give me a ride somewhere?
Well, that's fine.
Or if you got a truck or whatever, it's like, oh, can you help me move?
Sure. I people who need things. Mm-hmm. The problem is those people don't bother me, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I'm that POS. I'm that. I'm the dude who's like, hey man, like, are you going by the airport next week around like 3 p.m. by any chance? I'm that guy. So yeah, I don't get bothered. Like when people need things, yeah, I want to help you out, but you know, it's like yeah, I don't want to go out. I'm not gonna go out of my way, you know. Mm-hmm. If I'm on my way to Ventura, I'm not dropping you off in Culver City.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on so many factors. Like I picked up a friend from the airport at midnight. I'm like, all right, I'm picking her up at midnight. I'm like, you're lucky I don't have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the circumstances were ripe for that situation. I'm like, okay, all right. And then that's another one is like, fucking, there's too many people here.
Yeah.
I
also feel guilty about asking people to take me out places.
Why would you feel guilty?
I don't know. It's like, because like I think like LAX is just like so not close by anyone.
Sorry. LAX is not. I fucking like dripped a little bit.
Yeah, I saw. The whole world gets to see that.
The whole world gets to see that? Yeah, fuck, I'll
drip.
crop that out. Yeah.
No, don't crop that out. Just be like, hey, you know, it's like some people got that drip. I got that drip.
I got that drip. It's seasonal, man. It's getting
seasonal
colder.
drip. Season's greetings.
Yeah, you say that nobody lives by LAX. Yeah, dude, if the great secret though, Burbank Airport.
Yeah.
You can fly out of Burbank.
Yeah, but
you know,
not every trip goes to every place.
Mm-hmm.
Not every
That's
place
true.
goes to Burbank. Burbank is like, you know, it's an exclusive thing, and you know what? I know that's where people would fly their private planes out. So maybe when I get private plane money.
Yeah, when you get private plane money.
I'll go right out of Burbank.
Hey, look, Burbank is, there's people that fly into Van Nuys, and that's where, like, the Spirit Airlines are, and, like, the fucking, those offshoot ones, but, you know, nobody's exactly coming out of Van Nuys.
I think it would be great if Spirit Airlines would do a collaboration with Waffle House. Because maybe if people were eating waffles on an airplane, there would be more fights on that plane. I don't know what the science is between that. But also, like, anyone who, like, wherever the Spirit Airlines terminal is at any airport, there should be, like...
There's got to be a Waffle House there.
No, there should be an open bar.
An open bar?
Because that's what you really need.
Have you been to an airport in Vegas?
I have.
Have you been to Vegas?
I've done layovers at the Vegas airport.
Oh, dude, it's tempting. It's tempting.
Yeah, I got all the slot machines everywhere.
Yeah, it's real tempting because I got a cousin who's got a bit of an issue with gambling and alcohol, and like it runs in the family, dude. It's not fun.
I would say
it's not fun at all.
I'm cautionary about like having a mental breakdown about gambling. I'm very cautious about it. I have gambled.
You have gambled?
I have gambled. In fact, while I went home for Thanksgiving, I bet on 3 out of the 4 football games on Thanksgiving and the day after. I bet on 3 out of the 4.
No shit.
And I won all 3 of my bets, which was crazy.
That's crazy high.
I had $95 like all together saved in my the gambling app because like I couldn't use it in California. I could only use it in Jersey.
No shit. You couldn't. Oh wow. Okay.
Because it's like I don't know. You're not actually allowed to like bet with apps in California. But like people find a way around it, or like they do VPNs. I don't know.
VPNs.
NSA. Yeah, this is credible by the way. NSA. This is credible.
This is why the NSA should stay in the chat. Yeah. Oh my god.
Because like we will drop a little bit of knowledge here and there. Man. Yeah. But yeah, I turned $95 into like $230.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. I withdrew because I'm like, great. I doubled my money and now just take it out. Just take it out. I'm done. I'm too scared of like.
Oh yeah.
Taking too big of a swing at like a table and then just watching it all like disappear.
Because it could turn your life around in a great way or in a horrible. And like there's no escape.
Yeah, and we're treading water. I think that's the reason why like it's easy to find comedians with mental health issues because like we're all just treading water as is.
Yeah.
And every year exploiting it.
Oh yeah, it's just like how about 10, 12 years ago, everybody and their mom had a web series. Like everybody's been doing their thing, and now it's this. And now it's this fucking shit.
It's really impressive when you get the camera involved. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean
the camera is.
It's you got to learn how to do a little bit of everything because the people that don't know how to do that have the money to hire people to do that. My problem is that I'm a control freak. I need to fucking like know that it's all working, even though it's not. In a lot of instances, like I know the fucking timer just went off on this thing, but I know I can save it. You see how it's paused again?
Oh yeah.
On here? Yeah, you see how the timer's not going on here?
Yeah, so
and yet
it's gonna take us a while to get.
And yet it's still rolling.
Oh, is it still rolling?
Yeah, it should be.
Is it recorded?
It's. I don't even know now, dude. But I can save it in the fucking in the shit because I got it rolling from here. We're gonna get plain sound effects, but I fixed Alex Cave's episode the best I possibly could because I had the settings on way too high. At least with audio from the camera, I can work around it. It's rolling all at this like roughly the same time because that's what the snap was for. Now we're learning how to make the sausage here on podcasting. Yeah. If you're ever so inclined to have a mid-card cast or some shit.
Hey, who you can rock around on the podcast?
What if I interviewed Schlitz, huh?
Oh, you could.
You could.
I can go back to the car and get my sunglasses. Yeah.
No. Future episode.
5 minutes of Schlitz.
Future episode. We gotta lock that in. That'd be great. Everybody's making something.
Yeah.
Everybody's making something, and that's great.
And also, it doesn't really matter, dude. Like we're all trying to, like as you're saying, make it something, but it's like just because like we're not doing something like this where it's going to be published every week, it's like everyone's got to have something, cooking up in the barrel.
Right.
And like there's all these great projects.
Because at least it's the hunger.
Yeah.
That you could say industry people might see like, oh, this guy has like the work ethic. He's done a bunch of shit and it didn't work. This is only my second podcast. Once I get to my fifth, my sixth, and I'm not going anywhere, maybe this isn't the thing for me. Like everybody.
We're only on podcast too, folks.
We're only on podcast too.
We're not teetering yet.
Where one gets deleted, another one grows.
Exactly.
They're everywhere. But I also enjoy it in a way where, you could actually sit down and get to know someone for an hour and change in your local community because we're comics and we're all floating around everywhere and we don't really take the time to, check in, hang out. And just make dumb shit out of it. Make dumb shit.
Sure.
The algorithm's a lie, but we don't care.
Even if nobody watches it, like, you did something.
You did something.
I gotta be doing that more, though, too. Like, it's the grind, that's the thing that grinds us down. You know, just the pressure to like continue to like put stuff out and have it all be of high quality, and then try to maintain like a life, or at least like have a job to do to keep doing it.
Right. You can't live in a van and fucking do shit like this. But I've seen it done. I've seen it done.
Sure.
You know, people do this shit out of their van. What is it?
You get creative.
Yeah, and like, you know, just budgeting and all. Like, what?
Is that what Jam in the Van is?
Jamming? I don't even know, dude. I haven't looked that deep into it. I know it's a comedy thing, but I haven't invested.
No, it's on the west side.
It's on the west side. It's not something I've like looked into. For you LA people, Jam in the Van is a West Coast 818 fucking comedy show, to my knowledge. It's a comedy show.
Pauly Shore records his podcast there.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a studio or then?
It's
multiple
also
things.
It's a venue.
It's a venue? Oh, yeah. See? Multiple facets.
Yeah.
You gotta be...
You should learn.
Yeah, you gotta know how to do fucking multiple shit. That's why there's like actors that do stand-up. The acting money pays for the stand-up. Because we both know we get, you know, paid in fucking chicken sandwiches and a drink ticket.
Wait,
wait,
you're getting chicken sandwiches?
I'm getting chicken sandwiches, dude.
Oh,
yeah, I'm holding out on you?
No, I feel like I gotta level up, man. It's like I gotta keep grinding just so I can get to that free chicken sandwich level of comedy.
Yeah, dude, that free chicken sandwich, dude.
You get pickles?
Pickles are on the sandwich? Yeah,
Ranch?
yeah.
Sauce?
It depends on the sandwich, yeah, but it's Dave. If it's Dave's Hot Chicken, it's whatever they got.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, I had to cut my agent a little, 20%. He got the pickle. He won for his request, you know.
It's because Jews run this town.
No, that's not.
I get to say that.
That wasn't my first thought.
I get to say that.
But I'm the guy that's like, you can have my pickle. I don't fucking want it.
I just think it's funny you having like a very stereotypical Jewish agent. And you're like, hey kid, you're doing a great job. You know, I cut you in on this. You know, it's like, you know, I'm here to get my cut, a little 20%. It's like, I know it's just a sandwich and all, but are you gonna eat the pickle? Are you gonna do that?
Oh man. That's so funny you say that, because that actually wasn't my first thought. I'm just anti-pickle. Like, I'm the fucking food. Like, I don't want the pickle touching my shit.
All
if there's pickles in it, I'm like, fucking take those bitches out. You can have all of my fucking pickles.
You know what? I didn't. You know what? I'll be honest, Jake. I didn't think you really have a touch of autism until you told me.
Until I told you?
The pickle thing, and I'm like, you know what? Now I can see it.
It wasn't my first thought, though.
Yeah, because you're very low on the spectrum there. But.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's for sure there. Like, I can... Dude, the weed, I think, makes it worse. I think, in a way, like, turns it on. You know, when I'm sober,
I think whether or not anyone's been diagnosed, though, dude, I think that's true for everyone.
Yeah, shit.
I don't think it turns it on as much as it's like you're just high.
I literally, dude, my agent is Jewish.
Because of course they are.
Yeah, because of course they are. Yeah. And they run Hollywood. Dude,
I can say this.
I literally did.
Should we tell them that I'm Jewish? It hasn't been brought up. I thought it was clear.
It said Max Lehman in the opening shot. You'll see it.
I don't think people know.
You'll see it. You don't think people know?
I don't think people know.
Is it because you're ginger too?
I think it's that part.
And that's like rare?
Like, dude, I like to write stuff about, like, you know, being Jewish, and I have like a couple screenplays I've written with Jewish characters in them, and I'm like, I will never play these parts. I want someone who really looks like a propaganda cartoon to like play these parts. You know, like no, but it's like, yeah, you know, like when I think of like what Jewish people like tend to look like, it's mostly like I think of dark hair and like blue eyes or brown eyes, and then you know just like a general like, you know, sense of thousands of years of like agony and suffering weighing on their shoulders all the time. Yeah, that's kind of like what I think of a Jewish person. And like I have the agony.
You have the agony?
Sure. I have that guilt I live with always, but I don't know if like I look like, you know, I think you got to really be looking to identify me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I see it now.
Exactly.
But the guilt thing, though, the guilt, I don't. Help me understand the guilt. Is that on a spiritual sense, or is it a?
I think it's a little bit spiritual. It's a little because like you know like Jewish guilt and Catholic guilt is very similar.
Okay.
You know.
I don't know Catholic guilt either.
Yeah, well, it's very same where it's like you know like the families who have like been brought up in this religion, they will like put like the pressure of like family and like there's a level of that God plays into it. And I think with Catholic guilt, it kind of also comes down to like original sin, because I think that gets pushed more on Catholics, where like you're born a sin almost.
Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
Everyone's been born with it, and like that is
Oh, I'm here. I have to suffer.
True, but like with like Judaism and like I think this blends over the Catholics too. It's kind of like the same thing. I don't know why I'm trying to like.
It is
the same thing.
There's similarities.
There's the guilt of like you were born a human being and Adam and Eve screwed up back then, so now this was also your fault too. But then it's also just like the passive aggressive energy that you grow up with. That's Jewish guilt.
Oh, you didn't replenish? Okay.
No, it's fine. Remember, I brought you juice when you were sick. Okay, I brought you juice when you were sick.
It's fine. I'll just sit here and read alone in the dark.
No, it's okay. I'll just die. You don't have time to call. It's fine.
I understand.
And the worst part is my sister calls my parents every day.
Oh shit!
Because she just.
You never call.
And I call like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Like still, like I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to talk to my parents every day. My sister, she does it out of boredom, because like when we're driving our cars, we're listening to music, we're listening to podcasts, we're doing that. My sister's calling people. So like whenever she calls me, she's like, "Hi Max, I'm on my way to the beach. I live in Hawaii. Everything's amazing. What are you doing?"
Okay.
It's like, "Oh, you're at an open mic. Okay, I'll call you later."
She's living in paradise.
Yeah, she lives in paradise, and then she uses her driving time to just call the people she loves, which is so rude. I don't.
That's her driving time.
No, she uses her driving time to call people. Yeah.
I could never drive on. I mean, I get there's the speakerphone technology thing, but like I still couldn't. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I think she probably uses the.
I couldn't do that. I'm single focused. And like I need to stare at the road and raw dog it.
That's.
Like I'm able to raw dog an entire fucking drive. I drove 9 hours from Oklahoma City to Gallup to like crash, and then do it again from Gallup to LA.
Okay.
Raw dogged it the whole trip.
No music.
No music. Nothing. The whole fucking trip.
There's literally a band's poster right here.
Yeah, didn't listen to a single fucking track. I fucking raw dogged it the whole way. If I let one thing, like reading a book or like an audiobook or whatever, or listening to something, it throws my whole shit off when I'm on the road.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I get distracted, and you know me enough that I get distracted, I can't allow for a fucking single moment of distraction. If I'm doing 80 on fucking like Interstate 40 to the 10 to here, I'm like, just the whole way, dude. The whole way.
That's probably a smart choice. If like you're just gunning it, I
gunned it for a little bit.
Yeah.
I gunned it for a little bit. I was like, we could go 100. There's nobody here.
I mean, were we talking before about like how like just Vegas is just full of, the roads of Vegas is laden with speed traps?
There's speed traps, for sure. It could, from there to Vegas, yeah, but from like, New Mexico open like North Texas, there ain't nothing there, dude. There's nothing there for that like portion of it. I'm like, we can floor it.
Why don't they just
Why
don't they just like drop all the immigrants and homeless people off there?
For the just in time for the Olympics?
I mean, just just to have a place to be. Just like drop off raw materials.
Make their own city.
I think Amazon should. I think Amazon should just like go to the desert and like just drop a bunch of like all like. Did you know that you can order a house off Amazon?
Yeah, it's those one of those bitches you can like fold up. Yeah. It doesn't fold.
But no, there's an unfolding portion to it.
It's like IKEA but giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can put it on fucking in the back of a U-Haul.
So the technology's here. Why aren't we just like creating like these desert towns where like people could just like form a community and like
irrigation is a major issue. Yeah, irrigation. Water. All these places gotta be near water.
And there's barely enough water to go around.
There's barely enough. There's a river that goes through where Albuquerque is, which is like that's the only major city over there. Everywhere else is just kind of like really small town, really small. Where my cousin lives over in New Mexico, there's like maybe 400 people. And it's a place where you get gas. There's some McDonald's, there's some diners, and that's kind of it.
I mean, I've heard the term one horse town.
One horse town?
Or one light town.
It's got a few.
Yeah.
But less than 10.
Okay, a few, but less than 10.
Less than 10, yeah.
So it's moving on up.
My aunt lives in a one light town. And that's, oh boy, it used to be a sundown town, and oh man. This is why my mom doesn't talk to these people.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Yeah.
Archie, do you remember when your town used to be a sundown town? Quit this. Oh God.
Dude, old people racism. Oh God.
It's kind of like sweeter when you think about it, because it's like there was less social awareness back then. Like, I don't know, dude, the way we talk now, like someone's gonna like try to tell us in like 40 years how like the British, because it's a slur in Britain, we should be saying like spaz, for example.
Is spaz a slur?
In Britain.
In Britain it is?
Because it's used to refer to people who are like mentally handicapped.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like saying retard here.
Spaz, it's fine. They don't care.
I just, for the people who don't understand that language, is sometimes okay in certain contexts.
Do you want me to bleep it in post? Because I will. Because I don't want to make you look bad. If you're that worried,
I'm not going anywhere.
Jeffrey Waterman said grenade, and I was like, ah! And I'm like, no, we're bleeping that. but I mean, because I talked to him about it. And he said it, so I'm like, okay, but he's saying it.
Yeah.
Do I bleep it anyway?
I mean, you don't know. That guy
and I did.
Getting hired for SNL, and then like a week before he's supposed to start.
Right. No, but Jeffrey's gay, so I'm like, hey, you can say that,
Oh, he should be able to.
Yeah, but my question was, do I still bleep it? And it turns out, the bleep makes it funnier.
Great. Okay.
You know what I mean?
So we should be saying what?
No.
Bleep that.
But I will. But when we bleep it, just the sound alone, because it's so off from everything else. Like I've watched I've watched network episodes of a South Park episode, for example, and like fuck is bleeped.
Yeah.
But you catch it on DVD.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of it loses its luster.
I don't even have to use a bleep. I could have used something else. I could have used a fucking chicken.
Quack.
Yeah, like quack. Like I could have done anything else, like a lightsaber, like a what?
Yeah.
Like a fucking a meme sound or something.
It's kind of like when you see watching the cable network edit for Die Hard, and then you get to that scene and he goes,
yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon. Oh my! Is that what they say?
I don't know.
That's I believe.
Say whatever you want.
I believe it's ADR. I think that's what that's called. Right. Yeah, ADR. Yeah. There's a guy I know. His job was to make the line worse in the network version of the movie. Like Predator, you a one ugly motherfucker. Like it said mother,
Mother trucker.
Mother trucker.
Mother hugger.
Mother hugger.
Mother lover.
Like some mother lover.
Mother lover's good.
I heard it's like me in the asses, find me in the Alps. That was fun. You can have fun with it,
No, and that's good for your mental health.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we said the title of the thing. Oh, God damn it, man.
Keep you grounded to zero.
Keep me grounded to zero. What, am I manic? I'm very manic, I've come to think, because even when I'm calm, people are like, dude, you're manic.
I don't know if I would have ever said... I don't think I would be rude enough to say that to your face. Mm-hmm. No.
I don't see it as a bad thing.
Also, it's because I know you. I think I don't know. I don't pick up on it as much. I don't know.
I don't get offended by shit unless you insult my mother to my face.
Yeah, in which
that's
case,
kind of you can make fun of me all day. You could give me notes. You could criticize me. I'm like, well, that's your opinion, man.
Oh, yeah, and that's why you don't do roast battles anymore, because they were roasting the shit out of your mom.
Oh my God!
And you punch somebody in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking get somebody, dude. I mean, not that I don't do roast battles for that reason. But someone's like, oh, your mom. I'm like, dude, I even though it's such a playground insult, it's the one thing that's maybe it's the part Italian in me that's oh, you insult my mother. That kind of, because there's people I've just blocked because there was somebody that was like, oh, your stand-up comedy's not going to support your mother's health when she's older. I'm like, hello. That's grounds for no. On site. And I'm a pacifist. Yeah. I am dude, no. You don't...
I want to get you a gold chain.
You don't say that shit to me. You don't.
Oh, yeah. I want to get you a bat, dude.
So when
Back to keep in your car, just so you're ready.
when someone's like, "Oh, you're manic," I'm like, "Okay,
Manic could
I'm
be
gonna
the
try
right
and watch it now because you think I'm gonna snap and like shoot you or whatever."
You know
like,
what manic is in the phrase manic pixie dream girl? No one has a problem with that.
Manic pixie dream girl?
Yeah, you ever hear that?
No.
It's like a stereotype of like the typical like a typical male fantasy of like what they imagine a girl to be like. Like you know like when you see like a basic comedy about like a guy and it's like about like just something stupid. Like it's kind of like I don't know. To me, it's like it was really big in the early 2000s, like having like these rom-coms where it's like it's all about the guy and his personality and his struggles in life, and then here comes along like manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't know, like what's a good example?
Mr. Deeds is a good example.
Mr. Deeds is a good example for sure. 500 Days of Summer. What else would I say? Like, kind of good Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
It's dark, but Eternal Sunshine?
Yes. Well,
like, she's got bangs, she reads and shit.
No, she has, I think Kate Winslet, no, she's her own defined, because that movie is a romance.
Yeah.
That movie is a full romance. I'm talking about, like, when you do, like, a comedy movie, and it's, like, there is a romance sub-story, because there's always got to be a romantic sub-story for, like, big films. But it's like not necessary. So then like, they spend all this time developing the guy's character. That way it's like the girl's character. It's just like.
Oh yeah, it's because the man wrote it.
Yeah, stereotypical stuff. But it's like also fulfilling like a certain like idea of like like all the haircuts that were popular at the time. You know, she's in a sundress. She's got like the cute backpack that's too small. Like, what do you even keep in that thing?
Right.
My Beanie Babies. You know?
Oh God, I'm supposed to find that attractively. When you say small backpack, I'm like, you're still in school. No, and I'm like, oh God.
There's like it's like just like a certain like a something that you can see in indie movies.
A trope.
Yeah, it's a huge trope.
Yeah, it's a trope. Yeah, for sure. That made me think of Shallow Hal.
Yeah.
The idea that he took this kind of like frumpy, like guy who's just like, oh, why can't I find the nice girl? And like that movie's making fun of the trope. He is finding that, but only through his own eyes, and they're all like super ugly or whatever. Which you couldn't make that today.
It would be tough.
You couldn't make that today, dude.
I think that needs to be like.
That was a funny movie too.
I don't know if you can do like the female reverse of that, but you could do the female reverse maybe if somebody could.
I think you could.
Yeah, I think that would be possible.
Yeah, piss off some.
You gotta flip it.
Piss off some incels.
Yeah,
that would work.
But it's like I don't know what the equivalent to be because like what's Shallow Hal? What's the premise of that? This guy he's like just trying to like sleep with as many women as possible, and like he's shallow, like he holds the bar too high for how he looks.
Yeah,
right. That's pretty much what. And then he gets stuck in the elevator with Tony Robbins, and Tony Robbins tells him, hey, like just like maybe just like when you walk out of this thing, you're gonna see everyone's inner beauty, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, where are all these hot chicks, and they're all into me, and it's like the reveal is they're all ugly chicks. By the way, this movie's like 20 years old.
Yeah, we're not spoiling anything.
And it's like, oh, they're all hot because he sees who they are on the inside, but there's like
the personality.
Yeah, and it comes out. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I kind of wish that's how.
It's eye opening because he learns the lesson.
Yeah.
He learns the lesson, and what made it funny was that this was Jack Black. I consider him a handsome man, but he was portrayed as like this short, ugly dude, and he's like rather short, I believe.
He's not. Yeah. He's not a mom.
Yeah, he's not a mom.
Like we're like I think we're both the two of us guys sitting here. We're a couple of fine looking gentlemen.
I'm a 10 in Oklahoma.
Yeah, but we're LA pushing 3. 3 is
pushing
generous.
3. Yeah,
I would say 3 would be generous for me too. That's not just and I'm not trying to like bring myself down or make any girl go like, oh, they listen to that part, but
I'm not looking at that shit. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of female comics, and a lot of them are married. That's one. It's like, hey, I'm not a homewrecker.
Yeah.
Be their fucking friend, But also, like when I take pictures with them, I notice that more single girls look at the pictures when I post of my married female friends, and they don't know them. So like, oh, he's taking pictures with girls. He must be like,
he must be meeting all these ladies.
But like, that's on the surface.
He's like, okay, before I take you home to sleep in my bed, we have to take a post for the gram.
We got to do it for the gram, and it's like, hey, it's platonic. We're building memories together. This is great,
but look, oh my God, 5 likes. Look at that.
It's a tool.
5 likes.
Yeah, look at that. Someone's someone's jealous or whatever.
Someone's getting clout from someone.
Yeah, I mean, dude, dating's a thing, but, and it's a common premise in stand-up, but it's like...
Really?
Yeah. dating's hard. You know, I don't, dude. I don't fucking.
I've never heard anyone talk about.
You've never heard anyone talk about dating in LA?
No.
Whoa, have you been living under a rock?
No, like, I think dating in LA is like just super easy. I'm just bad at it.
You're just bad at it.
Yeah.
I haven't really put any focus on it. I put nothing. I gotta spend time with you. Oh, that's exhausting.
Well, dude, yeah, that's part of like why it's been like a little bit of a comeback year for me.
You're talking to some ladies?
No.
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 I'm talking to plenty of them, but it's not like that.
Well,
you know,
like I just because I ended a relationship maybe like 6-7 months ago. That was a tough decision to make, and it's like it's like a tough decision to live with. I do wrestle.
Because you did the dumping?
Yeah,
that's always tough. And, we talked about guilt earlier. Did you feel guilt about that? Like,
I mean, yeah, because it's like, it was like the way I went about doing it. It's like, like part of me feels like it was the right decision still, but like another part of me is just like, you could have tried, you could have done this. The Jewish guilt it's like an inner voice. So like, I'm just thinking like, you could have done this. I could have done that. What if I tried that? And like, you just find yourself in a spot where it's like, well, just, you keep your nose to the grindstone, that old chestnut, and just...
Yeah, for sure.
You strive for it, man. You try to make something happen. I don't know.
I mean,
you try to work out, even if it's just part of like what puts yourself there. It's like, well, all right, I'll climb out.
Do you feel like that you've grown as a person since then? Like, do you feel like your life has improved in some ways?
I don't know if it's improved, but it's like I feel so much like stress pushing down on me. It was like one huge thing that like it just needed to like, if not be completely over, it needed to take like a hard like
yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
I feel yeah.
Success can look like a lot of things, and I don't know. I think sometimes, you make choices because like they feel like sometimes the only choice you can make at the time, and then everyone's gonna have different opinions about it after the fact.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. Because I know who you're referring to. We don't need to get into like those details at all. But like, it was another creative person.
Yeah.
So do you feel like as a creative person dating another creative person, because we get so self-involved in our shit, that there's not enough bandwidth to have for the emotional support and the mushy gushy stuff, all that shit. Like there's less room for that because we're so like, oh, this is my baby. Oh, I have to take care of my art or whatever that is,
Yeah, I mean, like a part of me like feels like I was being a little too self-involved, and then it was like just getting hard to breathe. I didn't have my car broke down.
Right.
A huge chunk of that time too, so it was like. That put a lot of stress on everything.
Oh yeah, you were biking it everywhere.
Yeah, I had
shit.
I still have it, but yeah, I was my best form of transportation from about March, April of this year until about 3 weeks ago. So how long is that? Like 7 months, 8 months. I was getting around solely on e-bike. It's hard to Yeah, it's rough. I took the bus and biked it everywhere here when I was a kid, so I feel you. Yeah, because you. Well, at least that's as like a man in his early 30s.
Yeah,
and getting around town on an e-bike. It's not like it shouldn't be a source of shame, but it's like it was a better choice for me than riding the bus because like the bus system in LA, like.
I know it well.
God bless you if you can live a functioning life like that. Like, whose name I'll drop right now? I saw Adam Conover do a bit about claiming that he doesn't drive around LA. That he stopped doing a car and he gets around on public transit.
It depends, because it depends where you live, along like where the buses will take you.
Yeah, if you're in a good bus area, if you're close to like one of the better metro lines, and if all you have to do is like get around, it's great.
He did a thing about that. When did that come out? Before or after the pandemic?
This year.
This year. Because I haven't gotten on public transportation since the pandemic hit.
Oh, okay.
And I know it's changed a lot. And I'm like, I'm not going back. I got wheels now myself. I'm not going back, dude.
I was taking the bus. I was taking the metro to job interviews. I was I was getting crazy because it's like, dude, just like fuck, you can't take a Uber, you can't take a taxi. That's like
No,
way too
it adds up. It
it's
adds up, dude.
It adds up too fast too. So it's like if you gotta get around, just especially when you don't have good enough income. Yeah,
That was most of my 20s, dude.
Yeah,
That was most of
you
my
gotta do
20s.
the bus. You gotta learn it. But it's like, man, the thing is like the city was founded by the rich. LA was founded by the rich, and you can see it the way it's structured. That there's like no support for all the classes.
Yeah, it really stinks. And the thing is, those are the people who are like from here and have been from here, and also don't come from money. We're the ones that are mad at y'all.
Yeah,
for gentrifying the place.
I mean,
and making everything super expensive.
I didn't gentrify.
You didn't do it.
I mean, dude, I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit about LA history when I first moved here. So like, I learned that like the Hollywood Hills was like supposed to be like this big religious area for people like that was only going to welcome the most wealthy and the most devout and the most purely behaved people.
Yeah.
Could go live there, and then it turned out all the people coming to Los Angeles weren't that.
No.
So at some point, the people who founded those areas in the Hollywood Hills like had to slowly like parcel out the land to just people who could pay the money, who had the wealth.
Yeah.
But just didn't, they're the ones who turned Hollywood into like the golden age of rampant sex and drugs.
Not enough
and abuse,
earthquakes.
Yeah.
Is my reason for that. This is why I think East Coast people are better than West Coast people. We're soft. We're soft. You know what I mean? Like the weather's nice all the time.
Too much.
You know?
Too often.
Too much. Too often.
Too often.
You want a little spice, you know? Like,
yeah, you need like
it's cold now, but it's not the kind of cold, it's not snowing. It's sweater weather.
It's sweater weather. It's all it is.
It's only nice for a little bit, because once we hit back into February again, it's either fucking pissing rain or it's just sunshining. Like, it was relatively like warm yesterday.
Yeah.
Like it's death everywhere else. And like people are like, oh, Christmas, oh my god, I'm snowed in. I'm like, bitch, not here. Like,
I mean, yeah, I
we're
miss
soft.
Snow. I can tell you, I miss snow. I just don't want to shovel it anymore. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I just want to go places where it is and look at it. I don't want to like have to like divert its direction or anything. Like, I feel like I've reached a point in my life where like I don't want to do that.
But it's those elements that made you tougher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's why my shoulders tight. Yeah.
We need more earthquakes. We need people to be more on their toes.
A little bit more thankful, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more grateful. Maybe a little less. I'm not saying tip your server or over tip your server, but
you know what I'm saying? The Purge.
The Purge,
but only in Beverly Hills.
There's wildfires in Malibu. It's a start.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it is for this time of year too, because and in a way I'm like, oh, these mansions are burning down. I'm like, fuck yeah, all right. Yeah,
speaking of like mental health, have you been like thinking about like the whole like CEO United Healthcare thing?
Oh, you know it. Yeah. That's taking up space in my head.
Because like I have United.
You do?
And I'm thinking of because it's like I'd almost rather have the Medi-Cal. I think. Because like what Medi-Cal doesn't make me do is do a copay. I don't know why that's.
I have Blue Shield and I have and that's just for my dental, and I have LA care. I have something. I have some kind of fucking like low income shit that I still like qualify for.
Yeah, I have the.
I haven't looked into it really.
I have the cheapest.
But it doesn't surprise me how people are going good. Doesn't surprise me because I don't know how familiar you are with like Pixar movies.
I'm fairly
familiar.
Fairly familiar.
Do you remember the speech from A Bug's Life?
Well, that was a DreamWorks, wasn't it?
No, that
Bug's Life was Pixar?
A Bug's Life was Pixar.
Pixar.
Ants was DreamWorks.
I'm thinking of Ants. Yeah,
Ants was DreamWorks. So the main villain, Grasshopper dude, and this is a Disney film.
And that was James Woods, right?
I think so. James Woods was James Woods was Hades in Hercules. Yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was also in Bug's Life.
I don't know. But this character is giving this whole speech on,
I gotta look it up, so keep telling me.
Look it up, yes. It's A Bug's Life.
I want to say it was Kevin Spacey, maybe.
Grasshopper speech. I don't know who, but what he's basically saying is like, because that one ant stood up to him, and they outnumber them 100 to 1, and then what if they all stand up? And that's kind of like alluding to like these CEOs should be scared, these people at the top should be fucking afraid. And the great irony, Max.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey.
No shit.
That was my
Kevin
second guess.
Spacey.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey as the grasshopper main villain in Bugs Life.
Yeah, he's a great villain.
Yeah.
He's a great.
Yeah.
He's a great villain.
100%.
Who knew? Like, don't cancel him. Just admit, like, he's a great villain.
The irony is it's a Disney movie, which is a huge fucking corporation.
Yeah.
You know, and they're saying this propaganda sounding things like these people, like, oh, the ants stand up to us, there goes our way of life. You know, these CEOs and their yachts,
because in this
their country
metaphor,
clubs.
Disney doesn't see themselves as a grasshopper. Disney sees themselves as a human looking at all these bugs.
Looking at all these bugs.
Yeah, like if we're an ant, and you know, I don't know, freaking Hopper is like, you know, the manager.
That's his name, Hopper?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hopper is like the manager at a CVS. Then, like, you know, Disney is like God.
Disney is God.
Yeah.
So
Disney's not worried. Disney will spread that message of like anti-capitalism because it thinks it's too big to touch.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But it's kind of throwing their underlings on the bus. It's just kind of like they're saying the secret part out loud. And, you know, you got to look, because there's like, the Disney conspiracy theory rabbit hole, like they put hidden messages in there.
Oh.
And they fucking, you know, what is it, in The Lion King, Simba fucking lays himself on the flowers and it says like sex, which, insider knowledge, it was FX, special effects.
Oh, that's
It was the early 90s, and, you know, we were fucking around with 3D stuff, but not quite knowing where to put it. You ever see those movies where, like, there's 3D elements in the 2D animated movie, and you can kind of see this kind of uncanny valley? Like, this doesn't quite mesh well. Not in the same way that Who Framed Roger Rabbit did, but the 3D scene in Aladdin where he's escaping the Cave of Wonders.
Oh, yeah.
It looks all choppy and weird, you know? Like,
it was intense as a kid.
Yeah, it
it
was
never
intense
bothered me, but like, I don't know, I was also like 6, so what are you going to do? It's a great movie.
Yeah, so, you know, people, it said SFX, and people thought it said SEX. It's just a plane, Max. It's okay. It's okay. You're not a dog, are you? Oh, God, I'm turning into a dog.
No, I got that dog in me.
You got that dog in you?
I got that dog in me.
And it's being eaten. It's being eaten by the immigrants.
It's a corgi.
It's a corgi.
Yeah, people say that dog. That I got that dog in me. They're always like thinking of like Rottweilers and Dobermans.
When people say that, I think that people look like their dogs.
Yeah.
Like that's that dog in you.
I got that dog in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you've mentioned corgi, I could see you with a corgi.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love corgis.
They're little fluff monsters, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a puggle for 10 years, man. Ooh. Yeah. And he had a limp in his leg. He was like a garbage dog. He fucking had problems and shit.
You know, dogs, you know, they inherit the personalities of their masters.
This guy, he had a limp.
Yeah.
He had a piece of his ear missing. He'd been in a couple of fights and shit. Kind of scraggly looking.
Yeah, a little scrappy fighter.
Yeah, a little scrappy little fucker. And we just overfed him. He got fat and then he lost weight again.
Oh, man.
But, like, we made sure this garbage fucking dog, like, lived the life of a king. You know, it was fucking good.
That's good.
It was fucking phenomenal, man.
Who do you live with? Do you live with you and your mom, or?
I was living with my mom at the time that I got my dog, and when I moved out, I didn't take him with me because I didn't have a yard, and a dog needs his yard.
Yeah.
I couldn't take that away from him, dude.
I know.
I couldn't do it.
It's been interesting, man. I've been in LA for 3 years, and like I couldn't afford to like take my dog with me here, so I stayed with my parents, and like the first year and a half, 2 years, specifically like my mom would be asking like, are you gonna be able to take Porter back? Are you gonna take Porter back? You know, and I would explain like, I'm living in a place that doesn't allow pets. There's no yard. I have like no, like I'm never home. Like I don't.
Does he have a yard over there?
Yeah, my parents have they're in the sticks.
Oh, nice, dude. Don't take
road.
that away from
him.
He wants
and then like
that shit.
I go home for Thanksgiving, and this was like the first time, like a couple weeks ago, where my mom looks at me and goes, Porter's our dog.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah? Well, whose bed is he sleeping in when I'm on down?
Fuck. How old is the little guy?
He's 10.
He's 10? Oh, he's climbing up there, and he's a little dude.
He's going to be 11 in March, yeah.
You know what they're doing to you? They're doing like, we don't want to put him down, you take him. And they're doing,
no,
they don't want to put him down.
It was like, no, they were like, when are you going to take him? And now it's no, we keep
No,
him.
we keep him.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is our dog.
Yeah, they all say that. They all
but it's
say
like
that.
also like, no, yeah, he knows this area. Like I think he would freak out.
He would, especially with
he's gonna be 11.
Yeah,
he spends his whole life there.
And not having a yard, that would be.
Yeah, I need to hit that like tiny house money before like I think of like taking care of a dog.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How would that even work?
What do you mean?
Tiny house money. Like the structure of the house. Like you still have to have like plumbing.
You know what these tiny houses are basically? They're basically like 1-bedroom apartments you could put anywhere. That's all a tiny house.
Do you
is.
compost? Like
People can.
Because you're just putting up a fucking box.
Yeah.
You're putting up a box.
Dude, I went through like a bad phase. Like this is like how you know you're spiraling when like you go on YouTube and you just watch like a bunch of like of those like tiny house videos in a row where like it's like we're at Jessica's house, or we're at this couple, they've been living in this tiny house. It's always like an Australian guy like in America. We're at Stacey's
van life.
Yeah, we're all the van life stuff. But like the tiny house, there's so many tiny house videos on YouTube. You'll watch them and then like before you know it, like 6 hours go by and you're like, what am I doing with my life?
Oh yeah. I've gone down that rabbit hole. My whole algorithm has been consumed by fucking spiritual motivational videos. And they go on for like an hour, dude. And it's all fucking like Terrence McKenna. And I'm like, because I'm trying to heal, I'm trying to fucking fix myself, and I literally just have it on in the background while I fucking try to write jokes.
Yeah.
Or do chores or blank out. I need to like fall asleep to it, shit like that.
The ASMR videos.
That's
another path that you can get dragged down.
It's dragged me down to a point where I start believing what I'm consuming, and it's fucking with my reality. And I'm like, decalcify your pineal gland and only eat organic and shit like that. Or I'm like, I'm still having like, regular mental problems, like dealing with my existence. And like wanting to be successful in
I'm still
like, my art
dealing with the fact that I was born.
Yeah, I'm still like, wow, I'm here.
You want me to eat like raw food?
It's like, get out of low vibrational thinking. Don't listen to the top 40. Like, it's kind of like instructing me like, oh, you're telling me how to be an anarchist? But a real anarchist wouldn't listen to such things, You okay there, man? I know. I hate it. It's why I'm moving. And yet I'm moving closer to it in like a couple of weeks. I'm gonna have my own place, dude. It's gonna be. I'll have a roommate, but I'll still have my own like room.
Yeah.
With a bathroom, so I'll still have my little fuck shit corner.
Yeah,
I want my little fuck shit corner.
No, everyone deserves a shame pile.
Yeah, I need my shame pile.
I think that is mentally healthy. To just like know like, hey, like I'll keep this area clean, but like this is like I'm just gonna throw stuff over here.
Yeah.
I get that.
The dishes will be done, but inside my fuck shit area will be my place of rest.
Yeah, in case you're wondering where those other plates are, they're still in my room.
They're still in my room.
And I'm still growing the mold on it before I decide to wash it.
It'll just become storage space. Oh god, I'm so excited though, man. I'm really like it's gonna be a huge turn for the positive.
Yeah, like if anyone like thinks that they're like in a real tough rut mentally, like just move.
Yeah, just fucking move.
Yeah,
I'm getting my deposit back. And I'm still like it was lucky because of the timing. Because I owe that place's rent on the 1st, but not this place's rent on the 1st, and it's less than what I'm spending here.
Okay.
So, and I'm gonna get my deposit back on top of that, so I'll have like a little bit more of a nest. I'll have my nest egg back. I'll have my fucking nest egg back, dude. Yeah. So I've kind of been like,
we're trying.
I've been scooting, and I wanna. I feel like I'll live more boldly if I had more cushion. You know what I mean? Like, I would be more encouraged to go do the stupid thing for the experience.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to be able to afford to make mistakes. When you're at a place where you can't afford to make mistakes, I'm like, oh fuck, it's gonna be ramen noodles for a week, you know?
Trust me, dude. I just got a car after having one for over a year, but it's like the down payment had to be higher than I expected it to be. The insurance took more upfront than I was expecting them to.
Mm-hmm. But you had the cushion to go like, oh, I'm assuming it's going to cost me this much to make this move.
Yeah.
And then a little over for, now I'm fucked.
Yeah, now it's just like, all right, we're... it's like, I know, it's like, it gives you a little bit more, like, mental, like it gives you a chance to breathe the fresh air. Like, dude, when, like, you pay off something that you owe money on, it feels so much better to just, like...
That's why those rich people are so calm and shit. And they're like, I'm fine.
Dude, I saw...
meditate.
I literally saw a dude who was, like, almost, like, 7 feet tall, and I watched him say out loud, I don't think women care about height that much. I don't even think it's that big.
And he's 7 feet?
Yeah, he was like almost 7 feet tall. And I went up to him, I was like, bro, like, what's the problem? Like, you're a giant. He's like, like, most cars are uncomfortable. I'm like, yeah, sure. But, like, if you walked up to any, like, girl at the bar, they're going to look at you because you're a giant to them. Yeah. And, like, they just want someone who could be, like, their dad and crazy.
It'll be hard not to look at you. You're 7 fucking feet tall, dude.
It's
shit.
Like, I'm 5'10". I'm the height of the average American male.
Maybe not slouch.
Yeah.
I'm about the same, 5'11".
Yeah, exactly.
5'10" if I'm sad.
Exactly. So 5'10". Yeah, that's the height of the average American male. I remember, like, years ago, I held on to this because this bugged me so much. I matched with a girl on freaking Tinder, which, nice name drop, dude. Because, like, Tinder, that is a mental health fiasco.
Yeah.
It was. But, like, I matched with this real girl. She was just a bigger gal. She was a bigger gal. I wasn't gonna really, but it's like, I don't know, whatever. I was like, sure. I started talking to her. I was like, the conversation was going well. And it got to the point where then she went and asked me, oh, by the way, how tall are you? And I told her, like, I remember typing, I'm 5'10". Is that too short? LOL. She didn't respond.
Wow, that's awful.
After 3 days, I hit her back up. I was like, "Oh, is 5'10" too short?" And she was like, "Yeah, we can still be friends, though."
Wow, dude, just say 6 foot. Just fucking lie and put 6. They do it. They do it too. They do it too.
The thing is, like, I couldn't help myself. I wrote back, "Sorry, I'm not friends with any fatties."
Damn! Ouch!
I was just like, yeah, goodbye.
Justifiably so.
Yeah, because it's like...
Well, how tall is she?
I didn't care to ask. She wasn't... Dude, how wide is she? That was
God. We're going there. Shit.
But the thing is, like, dude, it's like, you can't, like, I don't know. Like, I was willing to, like, look past the superficiality of, like, okay, she's a bigger person. Let's talk, let's chat, let's see if we have anything in common. But then, like, it's just like, for me, it's like I went through all of that. And I had to be like, to negotiate, like, maybe like a superficial standard to be like, let me try and get to know you as a person. And then all of a sudden, like, whoa, yeah, 5'10", that's too short.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, do you want to, like, hang out?
If she's like 5 foot nothing or 5'4", I'm like, come on. There's like...
I think there are women who, like, they don't care how tall or how short or tall they are. They just want someone who's...
Consider our upper back area. Do you want uppies, or do I have to lean in and give you a smooch?
I agree with you.
I dated a short girl.
There should be, like, a ratio.
Yeah.
There should be, like, a ratio.
I like my height or a little bit lower in school, but if we're like... And nothing against short girls. I dated a short girl. Nothing against the short stacks.
Yeah.
I like me a good short stack. Okay.
Cool.
It's cool, but I get fucking back problems,
yeah.
and it's just they're trying to find the perfect match. They're trying to find a fucking heroin needle in a haystack.
It's just like
people are so superficial.
But
There's
like
so
any
many
dude who's over 6 feet, like if you're 6'2" or taller, especially. You have no right to be like, yeah, I don't think women really care about height too much.
Yeah, no, they fucking do, man.
No, dude, you just know anytime you go to talk to a girl, you have at least one box checked.
Yeah.
Like, one box has been checked.
That's why I don't take the bandwidth for online dating as much, per se. Or I'd rather do in real life. I'd rather if I meet someone organically, cool, that's fine. That is 100% of the nights I've gotten lucky is just in real life.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb, And a lot of what I've noticed is just an observation. This isn't fact or whatever. I don't know. It's just my thing that a lot of people want a complete project already. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, you think that there are a lot of women out there who just go, I can fix him and want to date that?
Not I can fix him. This is someone of high value, of someone that I can latch on to, you know, and take care of me.
Like a prospect.
Yeah, like a prospect. Or, you know, they wouldn't go for the Burger King employee, but, you know, little do they know this guy's working on his fucking degree and he's going to college and he might not be working at this Burger King in 5 years. What's the phrase I'm talking? Low income, low risk investment.
Sure.
They're not going for the low risk investment. They want to roll high out of the gate.
Yeah, they want to support the guy who's like in medical school. Yeah.
Right.
That way you can brag to him and be like, well, I was there when you were. It's like, but it's like kind of like guaranteed income.
Some people want someone who's already there.
Yeah, and of course, yeah, and dating a comedian.
Right.
Is a project.
It's a project.
In fact, like, I do know that there are some comics out there who have partners that are doing well in their careers, and it gives those comedians more time to do comedy.
That's great.
And it's
no judgment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Honestly, this
100%. Oh, God forbid you have kids and you're doing stand up. Yeah. Oh, God.
My problem with society are people who are doctors that are looking to date lawyers who are looking to date CPAs, CPAs who want to date Instagram models. Yeah, like, you know what, you got yourself up this high. Why don't you like help fix society? Yeah. And like
bring
date
someone,
an artist.
Get an artist, get a bartender, you know, so they're not suffering and still do their shit.
And it's like, I think the good rule of thumb on the artist side is like, hey, like, just like do us all a favor. On the first date, don't bring up your headshots. don't ask them. Don't ask the well-to-do people like what their opinion is. Yeah, but like, what about it?
I have an idea for a movie. I need $60,000 for gear and hiring people and all this shit.
It's like, are you trying to find romance or are you like, trying to get investors? Yeah, it's like, don't ruin this for all of us.
It's a lot of people doing that here, man, and it's
so shallow world.
And I can smell it.
And that's a pet peeve.
Smell it. It's a pet peeve?
That's a pet peeve.
What, where you could smell it on someone?
Yeah, when you can feel like that, if someone's always like being the networker, like they're always like trying to like work the gimmick.
Yeah, when someone does that with me, I'm like, dude, you think that that having a good relationship with me can help elevate your career somehow. Guess what? I have friends that are up there, and they're up there, and they don't have time to help me because they're busy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have an actor friend. Oh, I have a producer friend. Yeah, they're my friends because they're organically my friends. I'm not friends with them because of what they do.
Yeah.
Like, I met this person before all that.
It's a platonic relationship.
It's a platonic relationship. And
it could become a professional.
It could, but, it's got to be organic. So I never asked for a spot in the main room. The offer has to come to me.
Sure.
And I've done it 6 times.
You've asked for it 6 times, or you've done it?
I've done it 6 times. I have been asked, which I would rather have that.
Yeah.
I would rather have that than go, please, can I have a spot? Please. Like, it just feels wrong.
Hey, if somebody, you think like if Mark calls out, do you think I could just go up and just do like a couple little my jokes? Do you think the audience would like it if I got to say my pee-pee joke for a little bit?
Your pee-pee joke? Yeah, sure, bud. Sure, bud. Why are we friends? What if I didn't have this thing that you want?
Fuck. I think I would just stay home and smoke my meth all day.
Yeah, good God,
you give me a good reason to come outside. So
that's why, like, some people who work like at comedy clubs, a lot of people blow smoke up their ass and like want to be their friend because of the position they're in. Sure. You know what I mean? And it's like, and those people, and no names or nothing, and no judgment, no ill will at all. But like, I am in a transactional relationship with some of these people, and that's all it is. I'm not schmoozing at their job, dude. They're working.
Yeah.
They're fucking working right now. And if it's like, hey, can you get me to talk to such and such? No. I'm fucking working right now, dude. I can't do that shit. Like, then you're a problem. Then you're a nuisance.
I mean, dude, I wish I could, honestly, but like, being a guy with that job, that must feel like really cool.
It's exhausting.
I would, like, part of me would really love to have that job.
Yeah.
And another part of me is like, I'm 34.
Yeah.
I don't know if like, cause like, you know, I don't think really age is like an issue, but as much as it's just like, what am I doing? What do I want? What should I be doing to go about getting it? If I did get that, is that going to get me closer, or is that going to put me at like, where is that going to position me?
And people use each other's trust as a commodity.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not something that I would barter. I gotta pick your brain. It's that plane again. Oh,
okay. All right. Sorry.
This is gonna be fun to do in post. This is gonna be really fun to do in post.
Oh, yeah.
I really have to it took me months to make male friends. Several months to make male friends in comedy.
Why do you think that is?
I think that's because of my psychological issues and how I don't know my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's like very, very transparent.
Yes, yeah. I think for me,
I think it's nice being aware. I don't know if it's true, but it seems.
It's something I've learned about myself.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I gravitate towards platonic female relationships because I have a great relationship with my mother, and she's taught me well. Whereas if I develop platonic relationships with men, I'm more skittish and not as easy to trust because my dad left me when I was a little boy.
You don't trust me?
I trust you, but like.
Well, I gotta go.
One day, let me break this down. So, how did we meet? We met at a show. What
At
show?
the Oaks Tavern.
We met at the Oaks Tavern.
And let's drop the name. Emily Kirk was producing.
Kirk was doing that show.
I went there
to support, or were you on the show?
I went there to support because
I always go there
because my ex knew her from like something else.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like, and I was there with her. This was like a few months into like us dating.
It's always the Oaks Tavern because I love that spot. That's like my watering hole. I like that little spot.
I don't know if you want to edit this out or keep this in, but like little trade secret.
Sure.
She thought you were checking her out.
Who? Really?
Yeah.
Did I have the long ass beard at the time?
You did.
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I was feeling bold. I think I.
You were feeling bold.
No.
Because of your long.
No, I felt, dude. I was going through my COVID Viking phase. I felt very powerful with that thing.
Okay. All right. I forgot about it.
But it was so weird to have it, dude. That was my pandemic.
Do you have any
beard.
pictures?
In my phone.
Yeah. If you don't, you should. For the image.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Boop.
People gotta know what you looked like with that long. I thought you were a weird guy.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. You thought it was a weird. See, part of me, I had a whole spiritual awakening in the mountains in the Pacific Northwest about this whole ordeal. I liked it, but what mattered to move up in this town is that other people judge on the surface. Sure. Especially in this town.
Oh, I actually.
Especially in this town.
I'll tell you something because like not a lot of people have seen this, but you can find me doing this on YouTube. So it's not like I'm not hiding it. But during the pandemic, and I was staying with my sister who lives in Hawaii, and when I got to know people in the stand-up scene, because like things like opened up enough in Hawaii, where like they were letting us gather up in public places. It's just everything else was shut down, so I didn't have a job in New York yet to come back to. I started doing stand-up in crop tops.
Crop tops?
I started, yeah. Because it's like, I had like all these shirts with me and like, I just I don't know, like what it was. It just compelled me. Like I had an idea for a bit and then like I did like this one like jokey sketch thing in a crop top. I was like, you know what, this kind of feels like fun and free. Like this is like an interesting thing to show people who I am. So,
you got gay dudes running up against you?
Yeah, I didn't have that. That never happened. But like, you know, if there's a gay comedy show that needs like one like macho dude in a crop top to like show up like it's an 80s movie and I'm a camp counselor, then like let's put me on the spot, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll show my stomach for stage time, sure. I have no qualms about this part of my body. But I did it in New York a little bit too. And when I came here, I did it a few times, like when I first moved here at some open mics. I did it at the Floppers audition. And then just, I don't know, I just thought to myself, you know what, like, I don't know, I think like here I felt like, you know what, fully shirted.
Yeah. You felt like you outgrew it, or you felt that did you feel stagnant on the choice? I've been doing this too long.
I felt like it wasn't really I constantly am experimenting with like what I should be wearing on stage. Because like I feel like, you know, like there's like comics who just like they're always gonna be like in a hoodie and have the beanie. It could be like 90 degrees outside. They're like inside in a hoodie and a beanie always. You know, like, you know, there's some girls who are like are always wearing a dress. There's like, what's one look is that like, always having like a collared shirt.
Your show fit.
Or like, like whatever your show fit is. And that should say a lot about who you are as a comedian. I like wearing shirts with collars and stuff. I kind of like, I have like a couple 60s like style knit tops for men that like I have that like I kind of feel good in those, but I don't know what the look is. Like I could do stand up in this,
You could do stand up and fucking whatever you want, man. Like, because you're trying like, oh, what's the brand? What's the brand?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck the brand. You're the brand. Be you.
I am the brand.
You're the brand.
But Lewis Black looks great in a suit.
Well, I tried the suit shit.
Yeah.
I tried the suit shit. I was like, dude, I did the suit shit. I'm like, okay, let's try and blend in. Let's do the tuxedo suit and still wear like the metal shirts and all that. And I'm like, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm like, this is too. Like, I'm not liking it. I don't like the suit. It feels too corporate-y to me. It feels too, like...
Oh, hey.
It feels too, hey, look at me. I'm in a suit doing jokes. Hey, what are you doing?
Respect. I get no respect.
Like the Dangerfield. Yeah.
I went to see my proctologist the other day. He stuck his finger in my mouth.
Stop it.
No respect at all.
Oh, my fucking God. I missed those. Oh, God. I was at a mic the other day, and there was a guy that... He wrote one-liners... but he said them as Rodney Dangerfield, and they were modern, like, they're not Rodney Dangerfield jokes, because they were, like, kind of modernized in context, and I'm like, dude, like, that's clever, it's just too bad that it's been done,
I mean, I think
the one-liner thing?
Make it a special... No, but, like, if you want to do that specifically in someone else's style like that, someone who's so well-known, it's like, you gotta save that, like, for a special show. That can't be, like, your everyday gimmick. Yeah. Like, isn't there, like, there's a show, like, usually on Halloween in New York, and I think they do a similar thing here, where, like, comedians will go out and they'll do impressions of their favorite comedians.
Yeah, Flappers has done that in the past.
Yeah.
April Walter Sheet does Gilbert Gottfried.
I do Gilbert Gottfried.
You do Gilbert Gottfried?
Yeah, I do.
What do you mean you do Gilbert Gottfried?
Okay.
That's going to be funny.
Do you want me to do this for the...
Go for it, man.
All right. This is Gilbert Gottfried.
You do your Gilbert.
Rapping Kanye West lyrics.
Stop. Go.
I miss the old Kanye. Straight from the go, Kanye. Set on his goals, Kanye. I hate the new Kanye.
Oh my God. You got the nasal in the voice,
Yeah.
And I discovered I can't do it quietly because I always want to do it for my coworkers.
Anyone who can
I'm just like,
that would be even funnier to see. Like, this is Gilbert Gottfried talking in a normal tone. Do you know where the bathroom is? Even then he has to whisper.
You go, do you know I can't do it? I'm kind of doing it now, but it's not really a whisper. This is as quiet as I can do it.
Yeah,
and you have to squint.
Oh, the squint's like
you can't do it without squinting.
You got it. This is it. It's like you got it. This is like forever crow's feet. You don't know how he sees anything. God rest his soul.
Oh, God bless him. You know the classic Aristocrats bit?
Oh, yeah.
So I did, it was like 2 days after he died.
Oh.
And I spent, as long, I tried to go, I did like my 10-minute set, and I tried to go as long as I could with the Aristocrats.
Oh.
And I did, and I told the host, like, look, I want to do this thing. Can I do like an extra 5? And he goes like, under normal circumstances, I would say no. But it's 2 days after Gilbert, do your piece. So I'm like, I did the Aristocrats joke, and this was at like an uppity place in fucking like Ventura County.
Was this a mic or a show?
It was a show.
Oh.
And people walked.
Good. That's what the Aristocrats bit is supposed to do. For those who don't know the Aristocrats bit, you're at the wrong show.
Yeah, and I had the fucking beard tassel at the time, dude.
Of course you did. You felt so powerful and
people
Viking.
Walked.
Yeah. That's kind of like a good feeling. A little bit. Like, you don't want to do that all the time, obviously, but that's...
They were grossed out. And you know how Gilbert would take it there? I was like, all right, I'm going to try and do my best to take it there, and boy, did I. Dude, cum, shit on, fucking, just the absolute heinous shit I could come up with at the top
And then the dog gets with the fucking mother, and then the dad is sucking his son off, and they're all swinging around the rosy.
The children are 69 and under the swing set.
We're dissecting a pig live on stage.
Oh my God.
Gilbert, this isn't best.
God bless him, man. God bless him. And God bless Mel Brooks. He's still with us. He's still,
Yes, he is.
He's in my Deadpool, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, not your sweatshirt, like my Deadpool.
No, I know what you know. I completely forgot about
Like,
this.
who's next?
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid I'll never get to meet him.
I know someone who met him.
Oh, that doesn't mean
It
anything.
doesn't mean anything, but I'm so jealous that she met him. Like, oh God.
No, but I will tell. I mean, I know this is not anything about mental health, but like one of the best jobs I ever had back in New York was I worked at this place in the Upper West Side on 70th and Amsterdam, 72nd and Amsterdam.
Wasn't Big Nick's, was it?
No, it was called Oma. It's no longer there. But it was like a champagne and caviar spot that wasn't really selling champagne and caviar. But we had a normal menu and a really great happy hour deal. So like basically anyone who like lived, like we weren't attracting the tourists to the Upper West Side, but we were attracting the locals. We were a local watering hole, and one of our locals was Jackie Mason. And there's a picture on my Instagram that you could find. Yeah,
damn.
Me and I because like the week that when I knew it was going to be his last time coming because we were about to close up shop at that place, because it was a great job. I was making money hand over fist, but for some reason the restaurant wasn't making money.
It's the Upper West Side. It was expensive as fuck, wasn't it?
We were just not selling enough caviar for them to like make a profit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Caviar ain't cheap.
But like Jackie Mason and his wife would come for lunch like all the time.
Fuck.
And like my manager was obsessed with them coming.
Oh, really?
And it was one time Michael Douglas came in and like he wanted to take a picture of Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas like, hey, I just came here for some seafood. I'm just like just like, you know what, and like I wanted to stop and be like, dude, just like let the guy. But Jackie, he would come during lunch. Not a lot of people. We weren't always very busy for lunch, so sometimes it would just be him and his wife, and then the manager sitting down with him and hanging out. And I'd be happy to serve and take care of him and everything. But I also got a chance to talk to him a few times.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Was really nice.
Yeah.
Because like both my grandfathers were dead by the time I was born.
Oh,
so,
shit.
This is like, he was like right grandpa age.
Yeah.
So for that sense, it was like crazy. I was like, yo, what if Jackie Mason was my grandfather?
Yeah, fuck.
That was like
and your grandparents would probably be like, man, dude, like.
That was an interesting 5-month period of my life where I thought like, man, is my life turning into a Woody Allen movie?
Yeah, shit. The good parts of Woody Allen.
The good parts.
Yeah, the good parts of it. Yeah, that happens a lot here too. But I feel like if the famous person, if they're with their little kids, leave them the fuck alone.
Just treat them like a normal person.
Normal person. But if they're by themselves, I'm like, hey, you're gonna get asked for your picture taken, all right? The Rock came into my store once.
Oh,
I did not ask him for a photo because he was with his little girls.
Sure, that's
and people were generally like, oh fuck, like people just kind of froze and let him do his thing and get his menchies and all that shit. And he tips the guy working the front. I was like doing back of the house. He puts 220s in there. And I'm like, oh, that's so nice of him. And I walked outside. He was putting his fucking daughter in the little kid seat, the little car seat. And I'm like, hey man, thanks for the tip. That was great. And I got to shake his hand. Nothing else happened.
Dude,
was it
the most electrifying handshake in all of sports entertainment?
I smelled what The Rock was cooking. It was a firm handshake. I'm like, dude, I fucking watched you when I was a little kid. I didn't tell him any of that stuff, but I just had that kind of little moment of my shake his hand. I'm like, thank you. All right, and then I walked away. And in that split second, I'm thinking like, dude, you're my fucking hero. Like I watched you when I was a little guy. Like you make great movies. Really, you're very funny. I just like the idea of going up to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and just being like, "Thank you for your service." Thank you for your service. Oh yeah, service. But like I was not walking up to Dwayne Johnson in my mind. I was walking up to The Rock in my mind. That whole shit. Like that's who I saw. there's other people there that were like, oh, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They say the full name. I'm like, no. You're not an OG fan. If you're adding his name to the thing when you see him, like, no, he's The Rock, dude.
He is The Rock.
He's
but like,
The
I think
Rock.
he's like kind of earned himself to be
Yeah.
like, because he's like,
He's a good
Dwayne
actor.
Johnson.
Yeah.
No, he's
Yeah.
not. No, he's not. But
No, he's not. I think he is.
But he's big. He's big and he's muscular and
Yeah.
like he stands out.
That's not an easy job.
it's
He's
not-
a good actor.
He's so much. He's
He is a lot, though.
he has succeeded beyond like he's someone like I think he's got to be one of the first like actors that like we need to sit down and be like, hey, you won capitalism. Mm-hmm. Like, can we just like I know there's so many like billionaires, we need to tell that first too. But like
Yeah.
when it comes to like he's
Guys like him give back so much too.
Yeah.
Like he's a very like nice, and that's not my opinion on him because he tipped me and my coworker like fat as fuck to Froyo standards,
which is nice.
Oh yeah,
for him it's nothing. For him,
yeah,
like
it's
a drop
pocket
in the
change.
bucket.
It's nothing, but for like guys like me, I'm like, oh fuck, this is so cool of him.
Yeah.
And because he came from a place that he was really poor when he was a kid, so he knows what it's fucking like, and he's got all of it now. And
The
then
fact that we're
some.
talking wrestlers right now, that makes me feel so good.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, I remember, like just sort of the lore and the history of The Rock, and like seeing that in person and be like, he's a nice dude. He's a super cool, nice dude. A fucking Gene Simmons from Kiss comes into the Froyo shop. He doesn't tip me $20.
Oh,
He's
did
not
he?
a nice dude.
Wait, did this really happen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Gene Simmons from Kiss, I'm just like, mega fucking rock star person, but he probably didn't grow up with money. You
Well,
know?
to be fair, between The Rock and Gene Simmons is that no matter how successful Gene Simmons is, he doesn't own a football league.
Right. But like just
He's not doing Disney.
the
movies.
reciprocation of
Sure,
having like
yeah.
just like just the stupidest amount of money you could think of, and then go, how much is enough? I made 3 times my income in COVID doing nothing, and I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah.
I was doing nothing, but like because as frugal as I am, I'd be fine with that. If I was making like fucking astronomical
Yeah,
amounts,
if you're pulling 6 figures.
I wouldn't know what to do with that.
Yeah, like if like like 5 years from now, you were doing like what, 200 grand a year maybe?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be like, this is too much? Like, what do you do with
I
all
wouldn't
this?
know what to do with it. I would either live a very quiet life and tell no one.
Which is always smart.
You know.
It's always safe. It's like you can afford to take women out on dates,
Yeah.
and you can afford to do that. You're not.
There will be signs.
Yeah.
There will be there'll be bank statements that'll go, hey, you're gonna make another tax bracket now.
Yeah. What kind of car are you driving with a 6-figure income?
With a 6-figure income.
Yeah. What kind of car does Jake Bassey want to drive?
Bro, I'm driving a fucking.
It's not a lot of like you can't afford like a Maserati or nothing.
Right.
Like,
I
you can
want
get
something
nice.
that just fucking runs.
Sure.
Nice, but runs. Like a Dodge Charger, They're not super expensive.
No, they're not crazy.
They're
they
not
can
crazy.
be.
They can be. You can
If
soup
go
them up.
super you can go crazy on it.
I would like a Dodge Charger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Or
Like midnight black,
or if I-
blasting hells of hellfire.
I mean, if 6
metal
figures,
music,
I would take something old and refurbish it.
Oh yeah, or
Yeah.
even better yet, you take something old and you pay somebody who knows what they're doing to refurbish it.
Right, and like, do I care enough about the environment to get a Tesla or a Cybertruck? Or
No.
Oh, no
there,
thanks.
There are cars you can get that are good for the environment that aren't a vanity symbol.
Yeah, but I spent a good chunk of my life not driving, so I'm making up on lost carbon footprint.
I mean, my car, it's so weird. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it's like you plug it in and you let it charge, and they'll be electric for like a little while, but then it goes right back to gas. Which I think is an interesting move. They'd be like, this could have been electric. We almost made it electric, and then we're like, oh, but hey, we're Americans, so we're just gonna make it like.
Yeah, we want that dinosaur juice, man.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I don't know, the Ford. Did you know that Ford made an electric car now? They have an electric truck.
They have an electric truck?
Yeah, and it's called the Ford F Lightning.
F Lightning?
Lightning.
The Ford fucking Lightning, that's what it's called.
Which is
it's
like
the Ford fucking Lightning.
If you're trying to get like macho blue collar guys, like all jacked up and hyped, you gotta call it the Lightning.
Yeah.
It's like coming out next year, 2025, the Dodge Zeus. The
Dodge Zeus.
That's what you gotta.
Yeah, exactly.
The Dodge Zeus.
Like if you want like the real macho blue collar, like yeah, I voted for Trump because he's gonna stick it and drain that swamp. You know, you want those guys to buy you gotta like make a pickup truck and you gotta call it like you know the Thunder Butthole.
The Thunder Butthole.
Yeah, you gotta.
It's a big fucking truck means I got a tiny dick.
Yeah.
Those big old fuck you trucks.
Yeah.
Make those bitches electric, because it's not about the gas guzzling.
No. It's about feeling big.
Yeah, it's about beer, just all that shit. I don't get that either. I don't know. I wouldn't get a big ass fucking truck though, although I did have the option at one point to get a truck, and I was like, nah.
Well, like were you looking at Craigslist? What was
No, I was looking, it was before I bought my Nissan in Oklahoma. I was looking at a pickup truck, and I'm like, I could get myself a truck.
Okay.
But then I'm like, this is a truck. And used trucks generally, like, historically need, like, maintenance and stuff if it's used. I went the reliable small route. The fucking Nissan Versa. I got a lot of miles on me.
Well, yeah, unless you plan on starting a business, you don't need a truck.
Yeah, I don't need no stinking truck. But I wanted a truck because I figured, like, I'm going to start hauling shit one day, you know? Because I'm like, okay, I'm eventually going to come back to LA and, like, move back here, you know? I happen to fit everything into a fucking Nissan. But, you know, I wanted a truck, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get one, because it'd be like a just big fucking truck, and people were, like, judging me. I had Oklahoma plates on for the longest time. Look at this shit. This is my old Oklahoma plates.
Oh, that's great.
People were judging me because I had these plates on. They thought I was fucking right-wing. Huh.
Because you're from Oklahoma?
No, I lived there. I'm not from there at all. I just have family there, and I lived there during the pandemic, and I had the Oklahoma plates, and people just thought, oh, he's QAnon.
I mean, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get a pickup truck, because people just be like, oh, look at this fucking guy. He probably...
It's just
People
like
judge here, man.
So, like, in college, I drove, like, a bright blue PT Cruiser.
The Cruiser Bruiser? You got a Cruiser Bruiser?
It wasn't my choice. I had, like, this family car.
Bright blue?
Bright blue. I think the paint color for them was electric blue. And that's what you're reminding me of, because, like, it wasn't my choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my parents were like pressured to be like, okay, we gotta get like him something to replace the car that like I did have that like was, and like I didn't have a job in high school because like I was a scholar athlete.
Yeah.
I was always like doing sports, which like let that go in college. But yeah, when it came down to choosing a car, I was like, they went with that one because there was still a warranty on it at the time.
Yeah, shit.
And that was the only reason. But like driving around in college, I was like, you know, a lot of people would met me and then they'd see that car, they'd be like, I really thought you were like a pickup truck guy. And I didn't, like, I still had
a little bit, yeah.
everything.
You're kind of burly, yeah.
I'm a little burly guy, so it's like, you just think I'm gonna like be like, you know, I'm just gonna be like hauling around some like equipment places. Like, I don't know, like, guys who have pickup trucks but don't need it, it's like, why?
You've got roadie for Black Sabbath.
Oh.
Kind of vibes.
Like, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. He's like, this guy looks like he picks up stuff and puts them down a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can plug things in, yeah. Black Sabbath, that's an honor.
Yeah.
Be there, roadie? Whew, yeah.
Not anymore, they're fucking done.
I mean, I don't know. They keep re-releasing their old music, just keep calling it remastered. I'm like, it sounded good before.
But it was mastered before. That means it was already fine.
Dude, I don't know. I was watching a wrestling pay-per-view recently, and they were like, and the special song presented by this pay-per-view is Black Sabbath's War Pigs. And it was for Survivor Series. It was just last month. And I'm like, why are we... Like, I love Black Sabbath, and I love that album, but like, why... There's nothing new going on that we can just like, because that's how I used to find music.
Through wrestling themes?
Whatever like the featured album was for that month's pay-per-view.
Okay.
So like, for example, I remember Metallica's Saint Anger was the official album.
That's not the one to remember.
I know. Well, because like I was too young for the earlier. Like,
right.
Hey, well listen, I love Ride the Lightning, I love Master of Puppets, goes without saying. But like Saint Anger came out, it was the official album for SummerSlam like 2004 or 2005.
That's so sad.
So I went out to Walmart and got a CD
Oh no.
of Saint Anger. I didn't find out for years that everyone else hated that album.
It's so bad.
It's like, I like this. Why can't I just like this?
Was that the first Metallica you've ever heard?
No, that's what I'm saying. No.
Okay.
Well, Red Light, Ride the Lightning.
Okay,
Well, about
all
Master
right.
Puppets. Yeah.
Well, when you're seeing that for the first time, you're like, oh, Metallica hasn't put out an album in a while. Let's see what they got. Oh.
Invisible Kid.
Oh, doesn't know what he did. Oh, God. Fran, tick, 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 tock. And then Lars is just banging a fucking steel trash can. Oh, God. Yeah, they did that.
You're more emotionally invested this than I am. Yeah.
I'm a metalhead, dude.
Yeah.
That was our 9/11. Saint Anger was metal's 9/11, dude. That hurt.
I don't know if 3,000 people died. I don't know. You know, it's not pretty. It's pretty non-metal to not die. I think more people die at war concerts than they do.
People die at
the Saint Anger.
A person died at fucking Woodstock.
Yeah,
in
sure.
'69, you know?
Yeah, sure.
But it's Woodstock.
They probably drowned in the mud.
Yeah, probably. God. Dude, this was such a great episode. I don't even know what the timer is on this because this shit was frozen a long time ago, but
I hope it recorded.
We'll make it work. Yeah, no, I'll make it work. I'll make it
hang out
work.
again if it
I do it. Oh, God. If it doesn't end up not working, we'll just hang out again.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we're friends outside of this.
Yeah. Is this our first hang outside of comedy?
No, we've hung outside.
We've hung outside.
Yeah.
Yes. We've had lunch before. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. This has been excellent, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
on the
This
Mental
is so much
Breakdown.
fun.
Tell the people one more time what you got coming up and what you got going on, so I can
yeah.
so we can put the information down there.
Sure. Stand-up comedian, come on, book me on your shows. Besides that, I produce mid-card comedy at the Hollywood Independent Theater, which is at the Broadwater in Hollywood. Next show is going to be January 17th at 8 p.m. The lineup is to be announced, but we're going to have stand-up, we're going to have improv. We're still looking to book another act, so if you got something weird, character bit, sketch bit, I could still be looking by the time this episode comes out released.
He's looking.
So you could email me at midcardcomedy@gmail.com, at the Hebrew Strawberry on Instagram, at midcardcomedy on Instagram. Thank you so much.
You fucking got it, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pleasure to have you. Okay, thanks. Die.